Ever watched a movie that left you scratching your head as the credits rolled? Some endings are so perplexing that you can't help but hit replay to try and make sense of it all. Here are 10 films with endings so baffling, they practically beg for multiple viewings. Let's start with the granddaddy of them all, Christopher Nolan's cerebral heist film, Inception. The ending has been the subject of intense debate since its release, thanks to the ambiguous fate of its protagonist, Dom Cobb, Leonardo DiCaprio. The whole movie is a wild ride through the world of dream manipulation and subconscious espionage. But it's the final shot, focusing on the spinning top, an object called a totem that helps Dom discern dream from reality, that has audiences holding their collective breath. The screen cuts to black before we can see if the top falls. Nolan himself has stated the ending is less about the top and more about Cobb's emotional journey, emphasizing his acceptance of reality, whatever it may be. That doesn't prevent us from biting our nails every rewatch, though. David Lynch's Mulholland Drive is a classic example of a film designed to perplex and provoke. A seemingly straightforward story about an aspiring actress, Betty, Naomi Watts, helping an amnesiac woman, Rita, Laura Herring, turns into a mind-bending exploration of identity, illusion, and Hollywood. The film's final act shatters its initial narrative coherence, leaving viewers to piece together the fragmented reality. The popular theory is that the beginning of the movie is an idealized dream of the failed actress Diane Selwyn, and the latter part is the harsh reality that led to her suicide. Lynch has refused to confirm or deny any theories, making Mulholland Drive a topic of endless debate. It wouldn't be a list of confusing movie endings without Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey. The entire film is a cosmic journey that makes your average trip to the grocery store seem straightforward. The film ends with astronaut Dave Bowman, Keir Dullea, encountering a monolith in space, aging rapidly in a lavish room, and finally transforming into a star child overlooking Earth. This enigmatic sequence, known as the Stargate sequence, is open to countless interpretations. Some believe the monoliths are tools by extraterrestrial beings that guide other species' evolution, and the Star Child represents the next stage of human evolution. Richard Kelly's Donnie Darko is a strange brew of science fiction, teen angst, and an eerie bunny named Frank. The film ends with Donnie, Jake Gyllenhaal, laughing in bed as a jet engine crashes into his room. The preceding events, including time travel, manipulated dead, and tangent universes, seem to have been erased. It's believed that Donnie was stuck in a tangent universe, and his death was necessary to restore the primary universe's balance. Still, with its complex blend of theoretical physics and adolescent distress, Donnie Darko keeps fans theorizing years after its release.
Horrible accident. My neighbor got killed.
What happened?
Got smushed by a jet engine.
Got it?
What was his name?
Donnie Darko. Did you know him?
No.
Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance, is a film that blurs the line between fantasy and reality, not just in its plot, but in its very form, appearing as a single unbroken shot. The film concludes with Regan, Michael Keaton, a washed-up actor attempting to revive his career on Broadway, apparently shooting himself on stage, but waking up in a hospital room with a new face. He opens the window and seemingly flies away, and when his daughter Sam, Emma Stone, looks up, she smiles. The question remains, did Regan really fly, or did he succumb to his suicidal tendencies, and what we saw was his final fantasy, or an allegorical rebirth? The Coen brothers' No Country for Old Men ends on an enigmatic note, with Sheriff Ed Tom Bell, Tommy Lee Jones, narrating two dreams he had about his father. While the brutal story of violence and mayhem seems to have little to do with these dreams, they could be interpreted as Bell's reflection on the nature of mortality and morality. The first dream about lost money might symbolize the materialistic world, and the second dream about his father carrying fire in a horn suggests the guiding light of morality and hope in a world of darkness.
When he rode past, I seen he was carrying fire in a horn, the way people used to do, and I could see the horn from the light inside of it, about the color of the moon. And in the dream, I knew that he was going on ahead. He's fixing to make a fire somewhere out there, and all that dark, and all that cold.
Christopher Nolan strikes again with his space epic Interstellar. The movie takes us through wormholes, black holes, and the effects of time dilation before culminating in a multi-dimensional tesseract scene where Cooper, Matthew McConaughey, communicates with his daughter Murph across time and space. The tesseract is thought to be a construct of future humans who have transcended traditional physical laws and can manipulate time. Cooper uses this to transmit the quantum data that saves humanity. He's then ejected from the tesseract, picked up by humans from the future, and reunited with an aged Murph.
People didn't believe me. They thought that I was doing it all myself. But I knew who it was. Nobody believed me, but I knew you'd come back.
Martin Scorsese's Shutter Island is a psychological thriller with a twist ending that has sparked countless debates. Leonardo DiCaprio's character, Teddy Daniels, is revealed to be Andrew Laeddis, a man who murdered his wife and has been a patient at Ashcliffe Hospital for 2 years. But in the last scene, he says, "Which would be worse, to live as a monster or to die as a good man?" This line implies that he might be feigning his delusion to get lobotomized, preferring that to living with the guilt of his actions. Has Andrew genuinely relapsed into his Teddy persona, or is he fully aware and choosing his fate?
Don't worry about it, they're not gonna catch us. You know, this place makes me wonder.
Yeah, what's that, boss?
Which would be worse? To live as a monster? Or to die as a good man?
Primer is a film that practically demands a PhD in physics to fully understand. It's a mind-bending tale about two friends who accidentally invent a time machine. The movie doesn't simplify its complex scientific and philosophical concepts, leading to an intricately woven narrative that's hard to unravel. Multiple timelines and doppelgangers culminate in a labyrinthine plot. The film ends with one character, Aaron, seemingly living in an alternate timeline, but with the consequences of their time manipulation still unclear. Dissecting Primer could be a full-time job.
I'm not going to pretend like I know anything, okay, about paradoxes, you know, or what follows them. And honestly, I really don't believe in any of that cryptic image. I mean, kill your mom before you're born, whatever. It has to work itself out somehow.
I don't know, man.
Now, look, this is what I know for sure, okay? About the worst thing in the world is to know that the moment you're experiencing has already been defined. That this is the second, you know, or third time through, or whatever.
Denis Villeneuve's Enemy ends with one of the most shocking and unexpected scenes in modern cinema. The film follows a man who discovers his doppelganger, leading him down a rabbit hole of identity crisis and paranoia. It concludes with Jake Gyllenhaal's character finding a giant spider in his bedroom, but with no clear explanation. One interpretation could be that the spider represents the protagonist's fear of commitment and his view of the women in his life as dangerous and controlling.
Helen, did you plan on doing something tonight? Because I think I have to go out. Helen?